awesome Aquarius, and welcome to your monthly abundance bonus reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, check out the other signs in your chart if they resonate with you more. However, if you do enjoy this, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all that great stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. And it does help get to the other Aquarius on my channel. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Otherwise, check out your monthly general reading if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get in here and see what your abundance is looking like for this month, shall we? This first row is kind of where you are now. The second row is indicative of what you may or may not see coming, but what is likely coming throughout the month. And the third row is what your higher divination, your spirit, your universe, whatever it is you believe in to guide you, the advice they're giving to you, okay? So let's see what we've got for you, and then we'll get a few abundance cards here at the end to kind of clarify, okay? So I do feel like we have the Empress to start, okay? So I feel like many of you are feeling like you can kind of take a rest for a moment, rest on your laurels, okay? So maybe you've been working super hard. Maybe you have really been going through it. Maybe you've been, kind of turning and burning. But I do feel like for some of you, you are able to kind of relax, okay? And kind of just see the fruits of your labor. So maybe you have finished some projects, maybe you've finished some things, maybe you are a stay-at-home parent and you are finishing out the school year and you are like, finally, okay, I'm absolutely, beat. Maybe you're a teacher and you're like, I can't take any more, right? I just want to sit here and just like watch the fruits of my labor grow. So I do feel like for some of you, that's kind of where you are. You're in that kind of point where I feel like I've accomplished enough right now for this particular moment. I don't feel like I need to be gung-ho, raging at anything right this second. But I do want to kind of chill and see, kind of, maybe you're just trying to watch some things. Maybe you've just invested in some things. Maybe you've just kind of come out of a position or a job, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where I feel like some of you are. I do see the Devil energy here, okay? So for some of you, I feel like perhaps, you've been in either a work situation that has been extraordinarily toxic. And this may be why you're kind of, for some of you, you're just done with it. You've kind of walked away from it because you're like, you know what? I can't do it anymore. I've got to go take a moment for myself. I'll figure something out in a bit, but right now I need to take a moment. For some of you, your significant other may have said, you know what? You are in such a toxic environment. Why don't you stay home, with the kids for a bit? And so this is kind of harnessing a maternal type instinct, again, gender neutral. So you could be a stay-at-home dad too, either way. But, that may be what's happening because, this may be where you're in a toxic work environment and you just are really needing to break that chain because it's awful. They're really abusing you, overworking you, underpaying you, treating you poorly. People are, it could, any number of things. I mean, they could be like almost a sexual harassment. It could be any certain number of things, but I do feel like there's some devil energy there. In addition, for others of you, this could be something where, you've been in a relationship with somebody who is really affecting your finances because they are devil energy, okay? So your abundance may be jacked because you're in a relationship with somebody who wants to control your finances, right? So you get in a relationship, you're in a relationship with somebody who's kind of narcissistic, okay? And they're saying, hey, you know what? Why don't you stay home with the kids? Again, gender neutral. This could be, you could be the dad, doesn't make a difference. And why don't you stay home with the kids and I will take care of all the bills. You just, be there for the kids, all this and that. And you're feeling like this is a great idea, right? Until you start seeing that they're using this to manipulate you a little bit, right? So all of a sudden when you need some money, it's like, for what? Why? But it's my money. I earned it. These kinds of things. All of a sudden, things have taken a turn now that you don't have your own money or your own account, or you've merged finances with this person. So now this relationship, this narcissistic type of situation, devil energy relationship, has taken a turn where you're really stuck in and you don't have financial freedom at all, right? You're kind of like a lost sheep, because guess what? You're stuck in a relationship, and you now have probably given up a job that may have been good. You may have done it quite a while ago. Again, time is fluid in tarot. So this may be you did this 6 months ago, and you're just now realizing, they're just now turning this on, okay? Because a lot of times they groom you for a while, right? And then once you really get kind of where you're out of the mix, you're kind of out of practice, you're out of being able to go out into that work environment quite as easily, get right back in it, then they can really turn on the juice, right? So anybody who's been in a relationship like that knows exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So this could very well be what that is. And so you're really like, I have no access to funds. I have to ask permission. I have to get allowance, and I'm a grown adult. This is insane, right? So we have the 5 of Cups, okay? And again, this could be that friction right here where, you feel like your back somebody's turned their back on you. You're chained to them, and yet their back's turned on you. It's like a catch-22, okay? You're chained to this person. You can't get out from under them because they've got all the money, and you don't have income to go get your own place, get your own whatever, and all of this good stuff. But yet at the same time, they turn their back on you. So anytime you need or want anything, you really and truly have to almost beg for it. So they've got you really kind of under thumb, and it's a very precarious, horrible financial situation, right? So let's see what's coming if that's the situation you're in, okay? And for others of you that this is a work situation, I feel like, for some of you, you feel like the work people have turned their back on you, okay? So take it as it resonates again, but if that's the case, I feel like you feel like a lot of people just haven't really got your back, okay? There's really nobody you can go to for this specific person, maybe at this work environment that's specifically making it toxic. There might be 1 or 2 specific people that really have that devil energy, really making it toxic for you. And it's like, who can you go to? Because nobody really wants to rage against them. Nobody really wants to anger the beast or upset anything. So it's like you've got nowhere to go. You feel like you kind of have to just take it, right? It's a very frustrating situation. So regardless, I feel like right now, regardless of which, frame of reference is yours, I do feel like you're very much frustrated right now financially, okay? So down here we have the Temperance and Reverse card. So I feel like, again, that is just more, telling me even more that I feel like you don't have options. You feel like you don't have options. You feel like you are frustrated. You feel like you're being controlled, manipulated. You feel like if this is a work situation, they have you under their thumb at work. You don't really have anybody you can go to. You don't have anybody you can talk to because nobody wants to say anything else bad. They know that if they say one thing, they're gone too. Nobody wants to really ruffle any feathers, okay? So you're on your own and you don't want to do anything because you'd be in trouble too, or because this person has ultimate clout, or they've been there forever, or they know somebody, or that kind of stuff. So they get away with murder. And if this is a relationship, well, again, you feel like you have no choice. You've gotten yourself kind of backed into a corner where it's like, okay, well, I don't have enough money now to go out and do all this stuff. If I go try to get a job, we know how these people act when you start doing that. Well, I'm going to go get a job. Then they start doing oh, really? Okay, you do that, and then I'll quit mine. Okay, well, you better be able to pay for childcare. You better be able to pay for this. You better be able to pay for that because, there's always threats, right? Because once they've got you kind of locked in, so you feel like you have nothing to consider. You have no options. You can't even be temperance, like, let's mull it over and compare and contrast. There's nothing to mull over. That's not even an option for you, okay? And here it's the Six of Wands in reverse. You can't even move forward because you have no opportunity. You're under that devil. You're under that devil umbrella. At work, at home, whichever, take it as it resonates, okay? Whichever situation you're in, all I'm seeing is control and frustration right now for you, okay? Now, Page of Wands in reverse, right? So again, I feel like any opportunity that's trying to come into you is being cut off at the pass. Your people at work, you might be offering them opportunities. Hey, listen, I've got ideas. If we speak to such and such about this person, if we all go together, right? If we all go together, they have to believe us. They have to listen to us. Somebody has to take us serious. We can go to corporate. We can do this. We can do that. No, they're not trying to hear that. They don't want to hear your opportunity to make things better because they don't want to be the one with their name associated with that. They're not going down, right? No, nobody wants affiliated with that, okay? And if this is a relationship, anytime an opportunity is going to come in, well, this one's going to shut it down immediately for you. What opportunity? They'll do anything, like from pull it out of the mailbox if it's a job letter to, you know, hang up on your phone calls, to delete your text, to anything else they can do. They're the devil, literally, okay? So you've gotten yourself in kind of a situation where you feel very much locked in, very much without options, very much cornered, frustrated, financially stuck, okay? And I feel the frustration. It's like oozing out of this entire reading, okay? So if you are resonating with this, please comment, let me know, because I can feel that. I can feel it, and I have been here, okay? I have been in the narcissistic relationship where I left my job to raise the kids, and then I was never allowed to get the job again, and I was having to ask for permission to have some funds just to buy lipstick, okay? So trust me when I say I understand, okay? So drop me a comment if you've ever been in, if this is you, if you're feeling this way in any way, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. But anyway, so down here anyway is what your higher spirit, divination, universe, whatever you believe in that gives you guidance is saying to you. Okay, so let's see what we can get at here. Okay, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so your money is completely jacked, right? And I feel like this is because you relinquished control. What this is telling you, this is your spirit guide, whomever, and they're telling you that if you have not done that yet, if you are still up here and you have yet to relinquish control, do not, okay? Do not relinquish control, okay? If you've already quit your job or whatever, that's fine. But if you've got your own accounts, keep them. If you've got extra side money, keep it. If you've got a nest egg, keep it. Anything that you can kind of hide away, keep it, okay? Because anything that allows you to be more independent financially is going to help you be able to be more in control and have more options, right? More choices. So Spirit is telling you, okay, this is an ending card, okay? And the fact that they're trying to take everything away from you as much as you can before they get it all, okay? Because these are the kind of people too who love to, you know, let's put all our stuff in our account together in my name or where I have control of it. And you'll get it, you know, I'll give you a stipend or an allowance, or I'll give you what you need. Or, you know, I've even had friends who their significant others would not let them go to the grocery store by themselves. They had to go with them so that they knew exactly what they spent at the grocery store. They would literally swipe the card. Okay, so this is very much a more and more common I'm hearing with my friends anyway. So, okay. The second step of advice here, Spirit is telling you, is decisions, okay? Make sure that you make choices, okay? If you are given an option, weigh it out. Before you ever make an option, think about what the repercussions of that option may be, okay? Now, if you've already, you know, given up, you know, your job to be a stay-at-home mom, this and that, or dad, you know, or you've already given all your funds over to this person to combine your cash, and now all of a sudden they've really started taking control, or, you know, you've kind of signed a contract with this workplace for, you know, whatever length of time, or you've really kind of sold your soul to the devil to work there, kind of thing. You know, Spirit's telling you, any decisions that you can make sure that you choose wisely and that you look at all sides, okay? That there's two sides to everything, okay? And that you're looking at all sides, because again, that old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I hate that saying because I love cats, but I get the gist, okay? There's more than one way to accomplish a goal, right? So if you need to get around that devil, there's more than one way to do it, okay? If you need to hide some funds to give yourself some independence, okay, maybe come up with other options and choices here. Maybe do some side things while they're at work on the, you know, work from home. There's a lot of work from home options now, right? Since COVID, okay? Maybe do that and hide the money back. You know, maybe if you're working in an office and it's horrible, maybe you should start making choices to start looking outside of that office for something else, and figuring out ways, if you are somehow stuck to this job, you feel like, because, you know, you can't get out of it, or you're in a contract or something like that, try to, you know, find somebody who can help you find ways around it, where you can make choices. Create some options if possible, okay? See if that's even a possibility, because that's the best way to break free of this person, this situation, whatever it may be, okay? And your last bit of advice is the Seven of Wands, which is literally just like, you know, shifting gears, you know, working until you like shift it, till you can like switch directions. Okay, I'm gonna chug along until I can kind of switch directions, okay? Because I want to move forward. And right now I'm kind of not really, you know, I want to get to that Eight of Wands, which is forward motion, right? So I need to kind of shift it. I need to kind of make some changes, change it up a little bit, right? And we know that. You're right here, you have no choices. Right here, all your options are getting cut off. So you need to find new options, okay? Create options. Get creative. Again, there's always ways to get creative, okay? That person cannot be with you 24/7, okay? You're not at work 24/7. Find side hustles. If you have to live off a side hustle for a while, but it gets you out of a toxic environment, maybe it's worth it, okay? Think about it. Weigh your options, okay? If you need to hide money by working a part-time, you know, minimum wage job from your computer at home during the day while your significant other is at work, and not even let them know about it, and put it into a secret account, okay, to give you some options, maybe you need to do that, okay? Find ways, create your own path to forward motion, your own change, your own shift, right? Because the longer you stick around that devil energy, the worse things will be. The more stuck in you'll be. The more tied to that person you'll be. The more dependent on that person you'll be. And by that person, I don't necessarily mean a significant other. That could be your situation. Your situation could be a job. But the more dependent on that job you'll be. And, you know, you don't want to stay on that job forever and ever and it be the only thing on your resume. And then you try to go to another company and they call, we have to have a referral from the only job you've had for the last 15 years. And this character gets on the phone and you're never getting another job again. Do you see what I'm saying though? I mean, you don't want this. This is not what you want, is to get stuck. Getting stuck without an out is never an option, right? So create options, right? Get creative. You're a very creative person. I feel it. I know it. Get that way. Let's see what your abundance cards say here for you. Okay, companionship. All right, so again, I do feel like for you, some of you have gotten yourself into a companionship that has caused problems, okay? That's one thing. The other thing I do feel like I'm reading from this is that for many of you, this is telling you, find a companion that you can trust. Friend, family member, you know, best friend, parent, whatever, okay? If you need to put some of this money that you might be able to have in their account, if you've got somebody in your account and you need to switch it into their name so that it's protected, whatever you need to do it, okay? Find somebody who can help you to protect yourself, to get out financially, okay? Because otherwise, you know, the less financial independence you have, the less independence you have, period. That's just the facts of life, okay? All right, delusion, okay? Again, with this, I do believe that anytime that you stick with this, you're deluding yourself into believing that it's going to change, you are really doing yourself some damage, okay? But I do believe, what I really believe this is referring to is that you ultimately need to create delusion for this person. I believe you need to, again, create your own options, create your own choices, okay? By doing what you need to do, okay? And if that means deluding this person into believing that you have nothing else while you're working during the day and putting it in your second cousin's account, hidden from them so that you have an out, go for it, okay? If you're deluding them into believing you absolutely love this job until you can get another so that they might give you a positive referral to get out of there, do what you got to do, okay? Do what you've got to do to create choices so you can make a better one, okay? Do what you got to do. Create the delusion. Delude this person into believing whatever you need them to believe so that you can get away from them. You have to, right? And the last one is faith. And I think this is probably the most important one because, again, you need to have faith that you can create your own choice, your own decision, your own shift, okay? You have to know that you are strong enough. You are smart enough. You are able to pull it off enough, okay, to get away from this devil energy. And you can do whatever it takes to do that. And you have to have faith in yourself, faith in your higher divination, if that's what you believe. Pray to whomever you believe in, that you can get the help, because you are going to have to create your own shift, right? You want to move forward. You want that extra wand, that 8 of Wands. You want to move from that 7 of Wands to that 8 of Wands. You want to shift that and move it into a positive movement forward direction. You're going to have to create it, okay? And you aren't going to be able to create it if somebody else is over here cutting off your opportunities every round, you know, keeping you in a corner financially. You know, that's not going to work for you, right? Nobody wants to help you out or stand up for you, you know, all that. You have to have faith that you can make this work on your own by just plugging away, doing what you know you need to do, creating your own choices, your own options, your own outs, and you can, okay? Trust me when I tell you you can, all right? So I feel like you've got this. I know you can, but it is going to take some work, okay? It's going to take some work. It's going to maybe take some companionship support, somebody, friends, family member, somebody you trust, okay? And I do feel like, you know, that's something that you really need to, you know, work on. And, you know, if you need to do it under the darkness of night, you know, do some work while somebody's asleep, you know, whatever it is you need to do to get yourself in a position where you can be independent and stable and take care of yourself. That's what you need to do, okay? Because being around this energy and feeling like they control your life, your day, your whatever is not okay. Okay, so have a great one, and I hope if this resonated with you, you please do like, subscribe, share, all that other great stuff, and I do hope you create your own path here. So have a good one. Bye.